Imagine, if you will, a world where every thought, action, and decision is not colored by the opinions of others. A world where you're truly free to be yourself, to express your innermost desires, and to live life on your own terms. This, my dear friends, is not a mere fantasy, but a reality that is within your grasp, waiting to be claimed. As we embark on this journey together, I ask you to open your minds and hearts to the truth that I am about to share. For in this truth lies the key to your liberation, the secret to unlocking your full potential, and the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. Let us begin by understanding the nature of reality itself. You see, the world around you, with all its seeming solidity and permanence, is nothing more than a reflection of your own consciousness. Every person, every object, every circumstance that you encounter is but a mirror showing you the contents of your own mind. When you allow yourself to be swayed by the opinions of others, when you seek their approval or fear their judgment, you are giving away your power. You are surrendering your divine right to create your own reality and instead allowing others to shape it for you. But I tell you this, you are the operant power in your world. You, and you alone, have the ability to choose the thoughts and beliefs that will form the foundation of your experience. The moment you realize this truth, the moment you embrace it with every fiber of your being, is the moment you begin to truly live. Consider for a moment. The vast majority of people in this world, they live their lives in a constant state of reaction, forever at the mercy of external circumstances. They believe that their happiness, their success, their very worth as human beings is dependent on the approval of others. They spend their days chasing after the ever-elusive validation of their peers, their superiors, even complete strangers. But I ask you, what good has this approach ever brought them? Has it led to true fulfillment? Has it brought them lasting peace? Has it allowed them to express their authentic selves and live lives of purpose and meaning? The answer, my friends, is a resounding no. For as long as you place your sense of self-worth in the hands of others, you will forever be a slave to their whims and expectations. You will live your life in fear, always looking over your shoulder, always second-guessing yourself, always wondering if you measure up to some arbitrary standard set by those who know nothing of your true potential. But there is another way, a way that leads to true freedom, to unshakable confidence, to a life lived on your own terms. And that way begins with a simple yet profound shift in your consciousness. From this moment forward, I want you to make a commitment to yourself, a commitment to stop caring what others think, to release yourself from the prison of their opinions and judgments, to reclaim your power as the creator of your own reality. Now, I can hear the objections forming in your minds. But Neville, you might say, how can I simply stop caring what others think? Isn't it natural to want approval and acceptance? And to this I say, yes, it is natural. It is a default state of the human ego, always seeking validation from the outside world. But you, my dear friends, are more than your ego. You are divine beings created in the image of God with the power to shape your reality through the power of your imagination. The key lies in understanding that the opinions of others have no inherent power over you. They are merely thoughts floating in the ether until you choose to give them substance by accepting them as truth. But you have the ability to choose differently. You have the power to reject those opinions that do not serve you and to embrace only those thoughts and beliefs that align with your highest vision for yourself. Let me share with you a powerful technique that will help you in this endeavor. Each night, as you lie in bed preparing for sleep, I want you to engage in a simple yet profound exercise. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as the person you wish to be. See yourself moving through the world with unshakable confidence, completely unbothered by the opinions of others. Visualize specific scenarios where you might have previously sought approval or feared judgment. Perhaps it's a pressure at work, a social gathering, or a personal decision you've been struggling with. See yourself navigating these situations with ease and grace, fully aligned with your authentic self. Feel the sense of freedom that comes with this new way of being. Experience the lightness, the joy, the sheer exhilaration of living life on your own terms. Let this feeling permeate every cell of your being. until it becomes more real to you than any external circumstance. As you drift off to sleep, hold on to this vision. Know that in this state of relaxation, your subconscious mind is most receptive to new ideas. You are, in essence, planting a seed that will grow and flourish in the fertile soil of your imagination. With consistent practice, you will find that this new way of being begins to manifest in your waking life. You'll notice small changes at first, a newfound ability to speak your mind without fear, a decreased need for validation from others, a growing sense of inner peace and contentment. But as you persist, as you remain faithful to this new concept of yourself, you will witness a complete transformation. The opinions of others will lose their power over you. You will move through the world with a sense of ease and confidence that you never thought possible. Not maybe clear, please. This does not mean that you become callous or uncaring towards others. On the contrary, when you free yourself from the need for external validation, you open yourself up to more authentic and meaningful connections with those around you. You see, when you stop caring what others think, you create space for genuine self-expression. You allow yourself to be vulnerable, to show up as your true self, without the masks and pretenses that so often characterize our interactions with others. And in doing so, you give others permission to do the same. You create an environment of authenticity and acceptance that allows for deeper, more meaningful relationships. You become a beacon of freedom, inspiring others to break free from their own self-imposed limitations. But perhaps you're wondering, what about the practical implications of this approach? Won't I face consequences if I disregard the opinions of others entirely? This is a valid concern, and it's important to address it. Stopping caring what others think does not mean that you become oblivious to the world around you or that you disregard all social norms and expectations. Rather, it means that you approach these external factors from a place of inner strength and solve. You see, when you are firmly rooted in your own sense of self-worth, when you are clear about your values and priorities, you can navigate the external world with grace and wisdom. You can choose to conform to certain expectations when it serves your higher purpose. But you do so from a place of conscious choice rather than fear or need for approval. For example, in a professional setting, you might choose to adhere to certain dress codes or communication styles because they align with your goal of career advancement. But you do so not because you fear judgment or rejection, but because you recognize the value of these conventions in achieving your desired outcome. The key difference is that you are no longer at the mercy of others' opinions. You are in control, making conscious choices based on your own inner guidance rather than external pressures. This shift in perspective is truly liberating. It allows you to move through the world with a sense of ease and flow, unburdened by the constant need to please others or live up to their expectations. Imagine for a moment how different your life would be if you approached every situation from this place of inner strength and self-assurance. How would your relationships change? How would your career evolve? How would your personal growth accelerate? The possibilities are truly limitless. When you stop caring what others think, you open yourself up to a world of opportunity that was previously hidden from view. You become free to pursue your passions, to take risks, to express your creativity without fear of judgment or criticism. But let me be clear. This transformation does not happen overnight. It is a process, a journey of self-discovery and inner growth. There will be moments of doubt, times when you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of seeking approval or fearing judgment. When these moments arise, I urge you to be gentle with yourself. Remember that you are undoing years, perhaps decades of conditioning. The habit of caring what others think is deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness. And it takes time and consistent effort to break free from its grip. The key is to remain steadfast in your commitment to this new way of being. Each time you catch yourself seeking approval or fearing judgment, pause. Take a deep breath and remind yourself of your true nature. I am the operant power in my world. The opinions of others have no power over me unless I choose to give them power. Then in that moment, make a conscious choice to align with your highest self. Choose thoughts and actions that reflect your authentic desires and values, regardless of what others might think. As you practice this, you will find that it becomes easier and more natural over time. What once felt like a constant struggle will become second nature. You will move through the world with a sense of ease and grace that comes from true inner alignment. Now, I want to address another common concern that often arises when we speak of stopping caring what others think. Some fear that this approach will lead to selfishness or a lack of consideration for others. Nothing could be further from the truth. When you free yourself from the constant need for external validation, you actually become more capable of genuine empathy and compassion. You see, when you're no longer consumed by your own insecurities and fears of judgment, you have more mental and emotional energy to truly connect with others. You become able to listen without judgment, to offer support without expectation, to love without conditions. Your relationships become deeper and more meaningful because they are based on authentic connection rather than a mutual exchange of validation. Moreover, when you embody this way of being, you become an inspiration to others. Your freedom gives them permission to seek their own liberation. Your authenticity encourages them to embrace their true selves. Your courage emboldens them to break free from their own self-imposed limitations. In this way, by focusing on your own inner growth and liberation, you actually contribute to the evolution of collective consciousness. You become a beacon of light in a world that so desperately needs it. But perhaps you're still skeptical. Perhaps you're thinking, this all sounds well and good in theory. But how does it apply to my everyday life? How can I practically implement this philosophy? I'm glad you asked. Let me offer you some concrete strategies that you can begin implementing today to start your journey towards true freedom from the opinions of others. First and foremost, start paying attention to your thoughts. Notice when you find yourself seeking approval or fearing judgment. Don't judge these thoughts or try to push them away. Simply observe them with curiosity and compassion. Is this really true? Does this person's opinion actually have any bearing on my worth as a human being? What would happen if I chose not to care about this? Next, practice making small decisions based solely on your own preferences and values, without considering what others might think. Perhaps it's choosing an outfit that truly expresses your personal style, even if it's not currently fashionable. Or maybe it's voicing an unpopular opinion in a discussion, not to be contrarian, but because it's what you genuinely believe. Start small and build from there. As you become more comfortable with this new way of being, you can apply it to bigger decisions and more significant aspects of your life. Another powerful practice is to regularly remind yourself your inherent worth. Each morning when you wake up, look in the mirror and affirm to yourself, I am worthy just as I am. My value does not depend on the opinions of others. I choose to live authentically, guided by my own inner wisdom. Additionally, surround yourself with people who support your growth and respect your authenticity. Seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine connection, rather than superficial approval or validation. Remember, the company you keep has a profound impact on your consciousness. Choose wisely, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from relationships that consistently undermine your self-worth or encourage you to seek external validation. Now let's delve deeper into the spiritual implications of this philosophy. When you stop caring what others think, you align yourself more closely with your true spiritual nature. You see, at your core, you are a divine being, a perfect expression of the universal consciousness that permeates all of existence. This divine essence within you is not subject to the opinions or judgments of others. It is complete, perfect, and whole, just as it is. When you live from this place of inner knowing, you tap into a wellspring of wisdom, creativity, and power that is beyond anything you could imagine. Consider for a moment the great spiritual teachers and leaders throughout history. They did not achieve their profound impact on the world by seeking approval or conforming to societal expectations. On the contrary, they often stood in direct opposition to the prevailing thoughts and beliefs. They had the courage to speak their truth, to live their purpose, regardless of what others thought. And in doing so, they changed the course of history and elevated the consciousness of humanity. You, my dear friends, have this same potential within you. You have the ability to make a profound impact on the world simply by being true to yourself and living from a place of authenticity and inner alignment. But to do this, you must be willing to let go of your need for approval. You must be willing to stand in your truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it goes against the grain of societal expectations. This is not always easy. There will be times when you feel alone, when you doubt yourself, when the temptation to conform is strong. In these moments, I urge you to remember your true nature. Remember that you are the divine being created in the image of God with the power to shape your reality through the power of your imagination. Remind yourself that the opinions of others are just that, opinions. They are not facts. They are not truths. And they certainly do not define who you are or what you're capable of achieving. As you continue on this journey of self-discovery and inner liberation, you will likely encounter resistance both from within yourself and from the world around you. This is natural and to be expected. Anytime we challenge the status quo, anytime we dare to break free from societal conditioning, we are met with resistance. But I urge you to see this resistance not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. An opportunity to strengthen your resolve, to deepen your commitment to your authentic self, to prove to yourself that you are indeed capable of living life on your own terms. When you encounter internal resistance, those voices of doubt and fear that tell you to play it safe and conform, recognize them for what they are. Echoes of old conditioning, not reflections of your true self. Thank these voices for their concern. Then gently but firmly set them aside and choose to align with your higher self instead. When you face external resistance, criticism, judgment, or pressure from others to conform, remember that their reactions are more about them than they are about you. Their discomfort with your authenticity often stems from their own fears and insecurities. Respond with compassion, but do not let their reactions deter you from your path. As you persist in this new way of being, as you consistently choose authenticity over approval, freedom over fear, you will begin to notice profound changes in your life. You'll find that opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. Synchronicities become more frequent. You will attract people and experiences that align with your true self and support your highest good. This is not magic or coincidence. It is simply the natural result of aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe. When you stop caring what others think and start living from a place of inner truth and authenticity, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that have always been available to you. You see, the universe responds to your dominant thoughts and beliefs. When you're constantly seeking approval and validation from others, you're essentially telling the universe, I'm not enough on my own. I need others to validate my worth. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will continue to provide you with experiences that reflect this belief. But when you shift your consciousness, when you embrace your inherent worth and live from a place of self-assurance and inner alignment, you send a different message to the universe. You declare, I am complete, whole, and worthy, just as I am. I trust in my own inner guidance, and I'm ready to receive all the good that life has to offer. And the universe responds in kind, bringing you experiences, opportunities, and relationships that reflect this new, empowered state of being. This, my friends, is the true power of stopping caring what others think. It's not just about freeing yourself from the burden of others' opinions. It's about stepping into your power as a divine creator, aligning yourself with the infinite wisdom of the universe, and opening yourself up to a life of true fulfillment and purpose. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a final thought. The journey we've discussed today, the journey towards true freedom and self-realization, is not always an easy one. There will be challenges along the way. There will be moments of doubt. Times when the old patterns of seeking approval try to reassert themselves. But I want you to know this. You are stronger than you realize. You have within you all the resources you need to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any challenge. The power that created the universe resides within you, waiting to be acknowledged and expressed. So I urge you, from this day forward, to make a commitment to yourself, a commitment to honor your true nature, to trust your inner guidance, to live authentically regardless of what others may think. Start each day by affirming your worth and your power. Look in the mirror and declare with conviction, I am a divine being, worthy of love and respect. I choose to live authentically, guided by my own inner wisdom. The opinions of others have no power over me unless I choose to give them power. As you go about your day, be mindful of your thoughts and actions. When you catch yourself seeking approval or fearing judgment, pause. Take a deep breath and remind yourself of your commitment to authenticity. Then, make a conscious choice to act from a place of inner alignment rather than... Remember, this is a process. Be patient and gentle with yourself as you unlearn old patterns and embrace this new way of being. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Each time you choose authenticity over approval, you're strengthening your inner resolve and moving closer to true freedom. And as you continue on this journey, know that you're not alone. There are others out there just like you who are awakening to their true power and choosing to live authentically. Seek out these kindred spirits. Support each other, inspire each other, and together create a community of individuals who are committed to living life on their own terms. Imagine the ripple effect this could have on the world. As more and more people free themselves from the need for external validation and start living authentically, we could see a shift in collective consciousness, a world where people are no longer driven by fear and insecurity, but by love, creativity, and a genuine desire to express their unique gift. You have the power to be a part of this transformation. By choosing to stop caring what others think and start living authentically, you're not just changing your own life, you're contributing to the evolution of humanity as a whole. I ask you, are you ready to embrace your true power? Are you ready to let go of the need for approval and start living life on your own terms? Are you ready to step into the fullness of who you truly are? The choice is yours. The power is within you. And the time is now. As we conclude our time together, I want you to take a moment to visualize the life that awaits you on the other side of this transformation. See yourself moving through the world with unshakable confidence, fully aligned with your authentic self. Feel the sense of freedom, joy, and purpose that comes from living life on your own terms. Hold on to this vision. Let it inspire you in moments of doubt. Let it guide you as you navigate the challenges that lie ahead. And most importantly, let it remind you of the incredible potential that resides within you. Remember, my dear friends, you are the authors of your own story. You have the power to create any reality you can imagine. By choosing to stop caring what others think, you're reclaiming your divine right to shape your life according to your own vision. So go forth with courage and conviction. Embrace your authenticity, trust your inner wisdom. And know that as you do, you're not just transforming your own life. You're contributing to the transformation of the world. Thank you for your attention and your willingness to embark on this journey of self-discovery and inner liberation. May you always remember your true nature as a divine creator, and may you have the courage to live that truth every day of your life. And so, my friends, I leave you with this final thought. The opinions of others are just clouds passing through the sky of your consciousness. You are the sun, constant, radiant, and unaffected by these passing shadows. Shine brightly, live authentically, and let the world bask in the warmth of your true self. Thank you, and may your journey towards authentic living be filled with joy, growth, and endless possibilities.
We shall explore a truth so profound, yet so often overlooked, that it has the power to completely reshape your world and your experience of life. Consider for a moment the words I am. These two simple words are the most powerful in any language, for they are the name of God, the creative principle of the universe. When you declare I am, you are invoking the divine presence within you, the very source of all creation. And what follows these words shapes your reality in ways beyond your current comprehension. But what does it truly mean to use I am affirmations for success? It is not a matter of mere positive thinking or wishful declarations. It is a state of consciousness, a shift in your very being that aligns you with the creative power of the universe. It is about recognizing that your consciousness, your awareness of being, is the only reality. Let us delve deeper into this profound truth. Your outer world, every experience you have, every circumstance you encounter, is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world, your concept of self. And this concept of self is shaped moment by your I am declarations. When you understand this, truly understand it, you realize that by carefully choosing and persistently holding certain I am statements in your consciousness, you are actively creating a reality where these statements are true. This understanding is crucial, for it shifts the entire paradigm of how you approach success. No longer are you a seeker of success, hoping for favorable circumstances or lucky breaks. You become the embodiment of success, knowing that as you assume the state of being successful through your I am declarations, the universe must rearrange itself to match this inner assumption. But how, you may ask, does one harness this power of I am affirmations? The answer lies in the creative power of your wonderful human imagination combined with the living force of feeling. For your imagination is not a mere fantasy maker, and your feelings are not mere reactions to external stimuli. Together, they form the very workshop in which reality is forged. Let us take a moment to truly understand this. Your subconscious mind, which is one with the universal creative force, does not distinguish between what you vividly imagine and feel as true and what you actually experience in the outer world. It accepts as true whatever you feel to be true in your I am statements. And once it accepts an idea as true, it proceeds to bring it into manifestation in your physical reality. So, when you declare I am successful, when you feel the reality of this statement with every fiber of your being, you are not engaging in wishful thinking or self-deception. You are actively creating your reality from within. You are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, allowing it to work through you and for you. This, my dear listeners, is the essence of using I am affirmations for success. It is about recognizing that the power to shape your reality lies within you, waiting to be expressed through your conscious I am declarations. It is about understanding that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner concept of self, which is defined by your I am statements. Consider the biblical phrase, be still and know that I am God. This is not a mere poetic expression or a command from an external deity. It is a statement of cosmic law, an invitation to recognize the divine creative power within you. When you become still, when you quiet the chattering of your surface mind, you can feel the truth of your I am nature, the God presence within you that is the source of all creation. But let me be clear, using I am affirmations is not about empty repetitions or false positivity. It is about a fundamental shift in your consciousness, in how you perceive and declare yourself to be. When you truly embody this practice, your I am statements naturally align with your desired state of being. You begin to declare your success, your abundance, your health, not as distant possibilities, but as present realities. Let us explore this further with an example. Imagine a person whose inner dialogue is constantly filled with limiting I am statements. They might unconsciously think, I am unlucky, I am not good enough, I am always struggling. These inner declarations, repeated day after day, shape their subconscious beliefs and consequently their reality. They are, in essence, programming themselves for failure and limitation, creating a life that reflects these negative I am statements. Now imagine this same person shifting their approach. Instead of negative self-talk, they begin to consciously use empowering I am affirmations. They might declare, I am successful, I am worthy of abundance, I am capable of achieving my goals. They say these things consistently, with feeling, with conviction, knowing that they are shaping their reality with each I am declaration. They live each day from these new statements. carrying themselves with the certainty of someone who truly believes these empowering thoughts. In this state, their entire experience of life begins to shift. They start to notice opportunities they might have missed before. They approach challenges with confidence rather than fear. They interact with others from a place of worthiness rather than insecurity. And in doing so, they begin to create a reality that matches these new, empowering I am declarations. They allow success, abundance, and achievement to flow into their experience, drawn by the power of their I am statements and the feeling behind them. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. Whether you're seeking success in your career, relationships, health, or any other area, the key is just to first declare it as true in your I am statements. Declare your success, your lovability, your health in the privacy of your own consciousness. For what you consistently declare yourself to be sets the tone for your entire life experience. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, isn't this just positive thinking? Isn't this denial of reality? And to this, I say emphatically no. This is not about denying your current circumstances. It is about understanding the true nature of reality and the creative power of your consciousness. Your current circumstances are nothing more than the fruit of your past I am declarations and beliefs about yourself. They have no power to determine your future unless you give them that power by continuing to think and feel their reality. When you shift your I am declarations, when you begin to consciously choose empowering statements about yourself, you are not denying reality. You are exercising your divine right to choose which reality you wish to experience. Remember, the outer world is dead. It has no life of its own. It is your consciousness, expressed through your I am declarations and feelings, that gives life to your experiences. When you unconsciously make negative I am statements, you are breathing life into a reality where these negative statements are true. But when you consciously choose empowering I am affirmations, you cause your outer world to rearrange itself to match these new inner declarations. This, my dear friends, is the true secret to using I am affirmations for success. It is about aligning your inner declarations with the highest vision of yourself and your life, recognizing that this desired reality is seeking expression through you, and allowing it to flow into your experience through the power of your I am statements and feelings. But let me warn you, this shift in your I am declarations is not always an easy path. The old habits of negative self-talk, of unconsciously making limiting I am statements, are deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness. As you embark on this new way of thinking, you may find resistance arising within you. Doubts may creep in. Old thought patterns may try to reassert themselves. When this happens, do not fight against these thoughts. Simply observe them, acknowledge them, and then gently return to your empowering I am affirmations. For the war is not won by battling against what you don't want to be, but by persistently declaring what you do want to be. This persistence, this unwavering commitment to maintaining empowering I am declarations in the face of contrary evidence is what allows you to truly change your life. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're trying to listen to a particular station, you don't focus on eliminating all the other stations. You simply tune into the frequency you desire. In the same way, you don't need to fight against your current reality or forcefully push away negative thoughts. You simply need to tune yourself to the frequency of success, to align your I am declarations with the highest vision of yourself in your life. This tuning is done through your conscious choice of I am statements and your ability to feel the reality of these words. Your I am declarations are the dial that allows you to tune into different frequencies of experience. As you use your I am statements to declare empowering truths about yourself, as you feel the reality of these declarations, you are tuning yourself to that frequency, allowing the corresponding experiences to flow into your life. But remember, my friends, This is not a one-time event. Using I am affirmations for success is a way of life. It's a constant choice to maintain these empowering declarations, regardless of appearances. Just as you wouldn't expect to stay in shape by exercising once, you cannot expect to change your life by using I am affirmations once. This is about persistently maintaining empowering I am declarations about living from this consciousness day in and day out until it becomes your new normal. As you do this, you will find that your perception of yourself and your life begins to shift. What once seemed like limitations now appear as opportunities for growth. Challenges become stepping stones to success. You begin to see yourself as the successful, empowered being you truly are, knowing that your I am declarations are constantly shaping your reality. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Neville, how can I maintain empowering I am affirmations when I face real challenges? How can I declare success when my current reality seems to contradict these statements? And to this I say your I am declarations infused with feeling and imagination are more powerful than any circumstance. Consider for a moment, have you ever been deeply moved by a story, whether in a book or a movie? In those moments, were you not feeling real emotions based on imaginary events? Your feelings were real, even though the events were not happening in your physical reality. This is the power you must harness when you use your I am affirmations. You must use your imagination to infuse your I am statements with feeling. As you declare I am successful, imagine how you would feel if this statement were already true in your life. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of accomplishment that would come with this reality. Feel these states as vividly and as consistently as you can as you make your I am declarations. The key is to make your I am affirmations as real to you as possible. Engage all your senses. As you declare I am abundant, feel the sense of security and freedom that comes with abundance. As you affirm I am in perfect health, feel the vitality and energy coursing through your body. As you state, I am achieving my goals, see yourself in your mind's eye reaching those milestones. Hear the congratulations of others. Feel the sense of fulfillment. Make it real in your mind and heart as you speak your I am affirmations. But here's a crucial point, my friends. The goal is not to use I am affirmations about specific outcomes. The goal is to use I am statements that align with your essential self, your true identity. For it is this alignment with your true self that is the real key to success. Let me illustrate this with an example. Instead of just affirming I am wealthy, align your I am statement with the essence of abundance. Declare I am one with the source of all abundance. I am worthy of unlimited prosperity. I am a channel through which abundance flows. Instead of merely stating I am successful, align your affirmation with the essence of success by declaring I am capable of achieving greatness. I am constantly growing and improving. I am fulfilling my highest potential. By aligning your I am affirmations with your essential self, rather than just external conditions, you allow the universe to bring your desires to you in ways that might far exceed your specific imaginings. You open yourself to possibilities beyond what your current mindset can conceive. This is the true art of using I am affirmations for success. It's not about forcing yourself to believe something against all evidence. It's about aligning your declarations with the truth of your divine nature, your oneness with the creative power of the universe. It's about using I am statements that resonate with the highest vision of who you truly are. As you practice this, you may find that your outer world begins to shift in subtle ways. Perhaps you start to feel more confident and worthy, or you find yourself naturally making choices that align with success, or opportunities for growth and achievement seem to appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that your inner shift, brought about by your empowering I am affirmations, is creating ripples in your outer reality. Don't discount these small changes. Celebrate them. See them as confirmation that the law is working, that your I am declarations are taking root. But don't become attached to them or anxiously look for them. Simply acknowledge them with gratitude and continue to use your empowering I am affirmations. As you persist in this practice, larger changes will begin to manifest. You may find yourself naturally attracting more success and positive experiences. You may notice that your relationships improve, that your career flourishes, that abundance flows more freely into your life. And as you continue to maintain these empowering I am affirmations, you'll discover that life becomes an exciting adventure, ever expanding success and fulfillment. But remember, the art of manifestation is not the goal. The goal is the state of consciousness from which success naturally flows. This is a crucial point, my friends. When you're truly embodying your I am affirmations, when you're fully living from these empowering declarations, you no longer need external circumstances to confirm your success or worth. You're already whole, already complete in your knowing that you are a divine, successful being. And paradoxically, it's in this state of inner assurance that you're most likely to experience a life filled with manifest success. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, what about action? Don't we need to do things in the physical world to achieve success? And to this I say, yes, action is part of the process. But it's inspired action, not anxious doing. When you're consistently using empowering I am affirmations, ideas and opportunities will naturally present themselves to you. You'll feel inspired to take certain actions, to move in certain directions. These actions won't feel like struggle or effort. They'll feel natural, joyful, almost effortless. This is the difference between trying to make success happen and allowing it to happen. When you're trying to force success, actions feel stressful, born out of fear and doubt. When you're maintaining empowering I am affirmations, actions flow naturally from your aligned state, guided by an inner wisdom that knows exactly how to bring about the manifestation of your success. Consider the example of a seed. A seed doesn't strain to become a tree. It doesn't force itself to grow. It simply unfolds naturally, expressing its innate potential. You, my dear listeners, are no different. When you align your I am declarations with your true successful nature, you allow your success to unfold naturally and beautifully, expressing the infinite potential that is your birthright. But let me be clear, this state of allowing is not passive. It requires an active use of your I am affirmations, a deliberate and consistent practice of declaring empowering truths about yourself. It requires faith, not blind faith in external circumstances, but faith in the creative power of your consciousness and your I am declarations. This faith is not about believing that success will come someday in the future. It's about knowing that you are successful now, in this very moment, and that your I am affirmations are constantly shaping your reality to reflect this successful state. As you cultivate this faith, as you persist in using empowering I am affirmations, you'll begin to see evidence of these affirmations manifesting in your outer world. These signs may start small: an unexpected opportunity, a fortuitous meeting, a sudden insight that leads to a breakthrough. Do not discount these signs, no matter how small they may seem, for they are confirmation that your inner world, shaped by your empowering I am affirmations, is indeed shaping your outer reality. They are breadcrumbs leading you to the full realization of the successful life you are creating through your declarations. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to address a common concern that arises when people first encounter this teaching. Many worry that focusing on I am affirmations might somehow make them selfish or disconnected from others. But I assure you, my friends, the opposite is true. When you truly understand the principle of I am affirmations, you realize that you are not separate from others. As you elevate your own consciousness through your declarations, you are elevating the consciousness of all. Your empowering I am statements, far from disconnecting you from others, actually expand the field of possibilities for all. Moreover, when you are coming from a place of inner success and empowerment, you naturally have more to give to others. You become a channel through which success and abundance flow not just to you, but through you to the world. Your I am affirmations create a ripple effect, touching the lives of everyone you encounter with your sense of confidence and possibility. This is the true gift of using I am affirmations for success. It's not just about improving your individual circumstances, although that will happen. It's about aligning yourself with the fundamental nature of the universe, which is boundless good. It's about recognizing your own divine nature and allowing it to express itself fully through you. In this state of alignment, of consistently using empowering I am affirmations, you become a beacon of success and possibility in the world. You demonstrate to others the power of conscious creation. You challenge limiting beliefs and expand the boundaries of what's possible, not just for yourself, but for all those around you. But remember, this power is not something external to you. It's not some cosmic force that you need to appease or manipulate. It is the natural expression of your own consciousness when it's aligned with the truth of your being. You are the power. You are the success. You are the one to whom you are speaking these empowering I am affirmations. As we draw our time together to a close, I want to leave you with a final thought. The principle we've explored tonight, listen every day. I am affirmations for success is not just a technique for achieving goals. It's about recognizing your true nature as a divine creative being. It's about aligning your declarations with the fundamental truth of your being and allowing your grandest expression of success to flow through you. When you live from this understanding, everything changes. The world becomes a friendly place filled with infinite possibilities for success and fulfillment. You no longer see yourself as a small, separate being struggling to achieve success. Instead, you recognize yourself as the author of your own success story, the creator own reality. In this state, there's no need to chase after success or strive for achievement, for you understand that you are the source of all success. Your job is simply to maintain your empowering I am affirmations, to live from this consciousness, and to allow the universe to arrange the details of their manifestation. So, my dear friends, as you leave here tonight, I urge you to embrace this principle with all your heart. Don't see it as a technique to be applied occasionally, but as a way of life to be lived continuously. Use your mighty imagination to infuse your I am affirmations with feeling. Feel the naturalness of being the successful, empowered being you truly are. Live from this state. Persist in these declarations and watch as your world rearranges itself to match your I am affirmations. Remember, you are not a limited being struggling for success. You are the infinite consciousness, choosing to experience success from this particular vantage point. Your I am affirmations are the tools through which you shape your experience. Use them wisely with the awareness of your true nature and the responsibility that comes with it. Go forth and create the successful, fulfilling life that is your birthright, knowing that with each empowering I am affirmation, you are aligning more fully with the truth of your divine successful nature.
You are the creator of your reality, and everything you experience in this world is a product of your own assumption. Nothing exists outside of you that has the power to define who you are, except for the thoughts and beliefs that you choose to hold. The world you see, the circumstances that surround you, and the people you meet are not separate from you. They are all reflections of the inner workings of your mind. Your consciousness is the fabric from which all things are made, and it is through your awareness that you bring the unseen into the visible world. The universe does not respond to force, to struggle, or to effort. It responds only to the quiet power of your thoughts, the power of your assumptions, and the power of your beliefs. If you can change what you believe, if you can alter the assumptions you hold about yourself and your life, you will change your world.
The only true law that governs all things is the law of assumption. What you assume to be true becomes true in your experience. If you believe that life is a struggle, it will be a struggle. If you believe that abundance is yours, then it must be yours. If you assume that you are worthy, deserving, and capable of all the good things you desire, then your life will unfold in perfect harmony with that assumption. But it is not enough to wish for change. You must live as though the change has already occurred. You must walk through life with the understanding that you are already the person you wish to become. The key to transformation lies in embodying the state of being that you wish to experience. You do not have to wait for the world to change before you change. The world changes when you change your state of being. When you see yourself as whole, complete, and perfect in every way, that is how you will experience the world. It is not the world that dictates who you are, it is you who dictates what the world will be. Your assumptions are the lens through which you view reality. If you see a world of lack, limitation, and struggle, it is because that is the assumption you are holding. If you see a world of abundance, love, and opportunity, it is because you have assumed that is the nature of reality. The world will always conform to your assumptions, no matter how absurd they may seem at first. The moment you assume a new reality, that new reality begins to take shape and become evident in your experience. The process is not magical, it is natural. The law of assumption is as certain as the law of gravity. We are living in a world where most people have been taught to look outside of themselves for answers, to seek validation from others, and to believe that their circumstances define their worth. This is the great illusion. Your worth is not determined by anything outside of you. It is determined by your inner state, by your awareness of your own divine power. The moment you recognize that you are the master of your own destiny, that you have the power to shape your reality, you will begin to experience a new kind of freedom. Freedom from the limitations of time, space, and circumstance. Freedom from the constraints of the past. Freedom from the chains of doubt and fear. When you begin to assume the reality that you desire, the entire universe conspires to bring it into being. The people, the events, the opportunities, and the resources that you need will begin to align themselves with your inner vision. You are the master of your fate, the creator of your experience. You do not have to fight, struggle, or compete for what is already yours. You must only assume that it is yours, and it will come to you in perfect divine timing. There are no obstacles in the universe except for the ones you place in your own mind. The only limitations you experience are those that you believe to be true. Once you recognize that there is no force greater than your own consciousness, you will understand that nothing is impossible. Every limitation is self-imposed. You are not bound by the past, the present, or the future. Time is but a concept, a construct of the mind. You have the power to transcend time, to go beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. When you believe in your ability to shape your own reality, time bends to your will, and you can experience everything you desire as though it has already happened. The first step to manifesting your desires is to assume that they are already yours. When you pray, when you speak your desires into existence, do so with the absolute certainty that it is already done. Do not wait for external circumstances to change before you believe. Your belief creates the circumstances, not the other way around. The world is not waiting for you to be ready. It is waiting for you to recognize the power within you. It is waiting for you to claim your divinity, to claim your sovereignty over your own life. Do not doubt for a moment that you are worthy of the life you desire. Your worth is inherent. It is not something you must earn, achieve, or prove. You are worthy because you exist. The divine spark within you is the source of all creation. When you recognize this truth, you will no longer settle for less than what you truly desire. You will no longer allow the world to dictate your limitations. You will stand in the power of your own being, knowing that you are a limitless creator. When you begin to live from this place of inner knowing, The world will shift to meet you. People will be drawn to you, opportunities will arise, and the things you once thought were out of reach will come to you with ease. You will no longer struggle, because you will understand that you are not working to make things happen. You are simply aligning with the flow of divine abundance that is always available to you. You are no longer a passive participant in your life. You are an active creator. The key is to remain steadfast in your assumptions. Do not let the appearance of things fool you. The world is malleable and it responds to your thoughts. If you assume that your desires are already yours, you will see evidence of that assumption in the world around you. If you hold the belief that you are wealthy, healthy, loved, and successful, those things will begin to manifest in your experience. Your external world is a reflection of your internal state. Change your inner state, and the outer world must change to match it. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when the world appears to be stubbornly resistant to your assumptions. But remember, the world is not the source of your power. You are. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. Your beliefs are the builders of your world. When you encounter resistance, simply reaffirm your assumption. Do not give in to the temptation to see the world as it appears. See it as you desire it to be, and the world will eventually align with that vision. This is the nature of consciousness. It is always becoming. You are always becoming, and your life is the result of what you have assumed about yourself and the world. You do not need to strive or struggle to create change. You only need to assume the change you desire, and it will become manifest. The world does not operate on the basis of hard work or effort. It operates on the principle of assumption. Assume the reality you wish to experience, and it will unfold naturally, effortlessly, and in perfect divine timing. To understand this, you are the creator of your reality. The world is not shaping you, you are shaping the world. Everything that comes into your experience is a result of your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. You have the power to change anything in your life by changing your assumptions about it. Your life is your creation. If you do not like what you see, change the way you are seeing it. If you do not like what you are experiencing, change the assumptions you are holding. The moment you shift your consciousness, the world shifts with you. There is no limit to what you can create, because there is no limit to the power within you. Do not wait for the world to change first. Change your assumptions and the world will follow. The only reality that is real is the one you create in your own mind. Everything you desire is already yours. Claim it now and see the world unfold in ways you never thought possible. The power is yours. The world is yours. You are the creator, and your life is a masterpiece waiting to be painted. Take the brush in your hand and create the life you truly desire. Let your imagination be the soil in which the seeds of your desires are planted. Do not merely observe the world around you. Enter into the world within you, where all things are born. That invisible world, though unseen by the physical eye, is more real than what you now call reality. Your senses will try to convince you otherwise, but they are only echoing your former assumptions. They report only what you have formerly believed to be true. Now, when you shift your assumption, when you dare to persist in a new belief, your senses will yield. They must, for the senses are servants, not masters. The imagination is the doorway through which your desires become tangible. You are not a victim of what you observe, you are the origin of it. All change begins within. And it begins with the decision to believe differently, to see differently, to feel differently. You must feel the reality of the wish fulfilled. You must make it real in your imagination before it becomes real in your life. And once you have seen it within, you must live as though it is already so, regardless of the evidence around you. For faith is loyalty to the unseen reality, and it is that loyalty that calls it into manifestation. You will be tempted to return to the old story, to respond to appearances as if they have power over you. But appearances are shadows of past thoughts. They are not causative. They are echoes, not songs. They are ripples, not stones. The moment you claim a new identity, a new story, a new state of being, you begin the process of resurrection. You raise the dead assumptions to life and watch as they shape the world around you. It is not arrogance to claim what is yours by divine right. It is obedience to truth. The truth that you are what you assume yourself to be, and that you become what you persist in believing. Do not ask how it will come. The how is not your concern. The bridge of incidents that will lead you to the fulfillment of your desire is already prepared. You do not need to construct it with effort or force. Your only task is to dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled. Feel it real, know that it is done, and then allow the natural flow of life to carry you from scene to scene, moment to moment, until you stand fully in the reality you once imagined. The imagination is the womb of creation. What you feel within it will be born into time. You are not waiting for it to happen. You are walking toward the manifestation that has already been decreed by your inner world. And yes, there will be days when the old thoughts try to pull you back, when the weight of past conditioning presses upon your mind. But remember, you are not your past. You are not bound to repeat what has been. You are free. Every moment is a fresh canvas. Every breath is an opportunity to assume something new. Persist. Do not let the outer world tell you what is possible. Let your inner conviction speak louder than the noise of the world. You have been given dominion over your life, not because of your effort, but because of your nature. You are divine consciousness individualized. There is no power outside of your own consciousness. No fate, no destiny, no external authority can override the power that lies within you. The only thing required is your willingness to believe, not in wishful thinking, but in deliberate, sustained assumption. To dwell in the end is to enter into the feeling of the wish already fulfilled. It is to move your attention away from what is and to rest it firmly upon what you desire to be. And the moment you do this, a shift occurs. It may be invisible at first, subtle, unspoken, but it is a shift in the foundation of your being. And the world must follow. Let your desire be holy, let it be sacred. Do not judge it by the standards of others. Do not question whether you are worthy of it. You are. The very desire you feel is evidence that its fulfillment already exists. You would not hunger unless the food already existed. You would not thirst unless the water already was. So too with your desire. It comes because its fulfillment is present within your own consciousness. It is calling you to a higher state, to a greater expression of your true self. Do not suppress it. Embrace it. Live from it. You are not becoming, you are revealing. What you assume is not a fiction you hope to believe in someday. It is the truth that has been hidden beneath layers of doubt, fear, and forgetfulness. To assume is to remember, to step into the awareness of your divine identity, and in this remembrance you reclaim your world. You walk into rooms with authority. You move through life not as one who begs, but as one who declares. For what you declare within will soon echo without. There is a power in stillness, in quiet, unseen moments of inner certainty. Do not underestimate the silence. When you sit in the silence of your imagination and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are doing more than visualizing. You are planting reality. The outer world moves because the inner world has spoken. You do not need to beg for change. You command it by changing your inner state. And you do not command with force, but with assumption, with the gentle, unwavering knowing that it is already done. Allow yourself to feel it now. Not tomorrow, not once you see the evidence. Now. Feel what it would feel like if your desire were fulfilled. Let that feeling wash over you. Let it saturate your mind, your body, your spirit. Let it become your natural dwelling place. And the more you return to it, the more familiar it becomes, until one day you no longer feel like you are imagining it. You feel like you are remembering it. That is when the world begins to bend. And you will notice something extraordinary. The world around you will shift in response. People will say different things. Opportunities will arise where none existed before. Obstacles will dissolve, not because you fought them, but because you outgrew them. You rose in consciousness, and the outer world had no choice but to reflect the inner elevation. You did not force it. You became it. Every desire carries its own fulfillment. The moment you accept the desire as yours, you have already received it in seed form. Now it is your task to nurture it with belief, to feed it with imagination, to water it with emotion, and to shield it from the weeds of doubt. Guard your mind as you would guard a sacred treasure, for it is from your mind that all things are born. Live now as the person who has received. Speak now as the one who knows it is done. Act now, not in desperation, but in faith. And when you forget, because you will, from time to time, gently return. Return to the end, return to the state of fulfillment. That is the center of your being. That is your home. You do not need permission to believe in a greater life. You do not need anyone's agreement. You only need your own consent. The moment you agree within, the world will begin to reflect that agreement. And it does not matter how long you have believed otherwise. A new assumption, truly accepted, has the power to dissolve the effects of a lifetime of disbelief. This is the miracle of consciousness. It is never bound by time. One new assumption can redeem years of doubt. One moment of inner certainty can alter the course of your entire existence. That is the gift you have been given. The power to change the world by changing your mind. So dwell in the end, not as a visitor, but as a resident. Let the state of your desire become so natural, so familiar, that it feels strange to imagine life without it. And as you continue to assume, to feel, to live from the end, you will notice that life becomes more effortless, more joyful, more miraculous. Because you are no longer chasing what you desire, you are embodying it. And what you embody must come into form. That is the law, that is the truth. You are always in a state. You may not have called it that before, but every moment of your life you are dwelling in a particular state of consciousness. These states are not merely emotions or moods, they are entire realities. Entire outcomes, patterns, and possibilities are contained within each state. You cannot experience what is not in the state you occupy. If you are in the state of lack, the world will reflect lack. If you are in the state of abundance, then your life becomes a mirror of abundance. It does not matter what the world says is happening. What matters is the state you are in while you observe it. Because it is not the world that is doing something to you, it is you, through your state shaping the world. Your consciousness is infinite. You can shift from one state to another as easily as you change your thoughts. But many remain in states that no longer serve them because they continue to believe the lie that circumstances are fixed, that personality is fixed, that fate is final. Nothing is fixed. The only thing that appears permanent is what you continue to give attention to. If you shift your attention, if you redirect your focus inward and change your assumption, then all things must follow. But the change must be internal first. You cannot manipulate the outer world into changing. You must become the version of you who no longer needs the change, because the change has already occurred in consciousness. And when you do this consistently, a quiet confidence grows in you. Not the confidence that comes from ego or superiority, but the divine confidence that knows who it is and needs no permission to exist. This confidence does not waver when things seem slow. It does not shrink when the outer world looks unchanged. It is rooted in the truth that what has been accepted in imagination is already real. You do not wait for proof, you become the proof. And so you begin to think from the end. You begin to walk as the one who already possesses, already knows, already is. And this is not about pretending, it is about remembering your true identity, the one that is not swayed by circumstances, not limited by appearances, The more you return to the state of the wish fulfilled, the more natural it becomes, until eventually you no longer even call it a wish. It is simply your way of being. Every person, every situation, every condition you meet is an outpicturing of your state. You do not have to change them. You only need to change your own self-concept. What do you believe to be true about yourself, about life, about others? These are the silent assumptions that create your experience, and they are yours to revise. If you have believed something disempowering, you can believe differently now. You can rise into a new state, and the former things will fall away like shadows at sunrise. They have no life of their own. They only live through your focus. And so choose deliberately, choose boldly, choose with the authority of one who knows that life does not happen to them, it happens through them. And do not be afraid to assume greatly. Let your vision expand, let your desires be vast, not because they will make you more, but because they already reflect the more that you are. Your desires are not random, they are revelations of your potential, they are messages from the higher self, showing you what you are capable of embodying. Do not minimize them, do not explain them away, embrace them, live into them. It is your inner speech that determines the outcome. The conversations you have with yourself are more powerful than any action you can take. For what you consistently say to yourself becomes the mold through which your reality is poured. Speak to yourself as one who is already victorious. Declare to yourself that it is done. Refuse to argue for your limitations. Do not indulge in self-pity or replay old narratives of failure. They may feel familiar, but they are not true. What is true is what you decide now. Your assumptions need not be logical. They only need to be accepted. There is no virtue in trying to figure out how the impossible becomes possible. The greater wisdom is in knowing that what you assume and persist in must become fact. You do not have to bend the world to your will. You only need to bend your will to a new assumption. And in doing so, you bend the world without effort. For the outer world is always obedient to the inner. And as you begin to see evidence of your new state, remain humble. Not the humility of shrinking, but the humility of understanding that you did not achieve this through force. You allowed it by aligning with your higher self. You aligned with truth, and truth always manifests itself. The old life begins to dissolve, and the new life emerges, not because you earned it, but because you finally assumed it. You no longer ask, will it happen? You declare, it is happening, it is now, it is done. You must become one with the desire. There is no separation between you and that which you want, except for your own belief in the separation. The moment you stop desiring from a place of lack and begin to assume from a place of possession, you close the gap. The wish fulfilled is not something you chase, it is something you dwell in. Feel the joy now. Feel the peace now. Let it live in your body. Let it breathe through your words. Let it inform every action, every choice, every moment. For you are not becoming, you are remembering. You are realigning. What you seek is seeking you. What you imagine with love, with conviction, with confidence, must return to you in form. The process is not personal, it is principle. It does not reward some and withhold from others. It simply reflects. The world is a mirror, and you are the face. What you show it, it returns. So show it your strength, show it your wholeness, show it your worth. And when the moment comes, and it will, when your world has changed, when the thing you once imagined now stands before you in full detail, you will smile, not in surprise, but in recognition. You will know it not as a stranger, but as something familiar. For you saw it first within. You entertained it. You embraced it. You became it. And now it has become you. This is the way of all creation. Nothing begins on the outside. All things begin within. And so long as you hold fast to the state of the wish fulfilled, So long as you continue to imagine from the end, the world cannot help but conform. It must. It always does. There is no other law. There is no other truth. Remain faithful, then, to the vision within you. Return to it when doubts arise. Reaffirm it when the senses contradict it. Rejoice in it even before it appears, and let your faith be active, not passive. Let it be the daily assumption that your world is already new, already radiant, already whole. Because it is. And you, being one with the power that made all things, have the authority to speak it so. And so, let us now rest in the awareness that all we have ever sought already lives within us. The power to assume, to feel, to believe. This is the true creative force. You need not look to the world to give you signs, for you are the sign. You are the cause. As you dwell in the end, you rewrite your story, not through striving, but through silent knowing. You no longer chase the dream. You awaken to the truth that you are the dreamer, and the dream is yours to shape. Remain faithful to the unseen. Persist in the assumption. Feel it real, for the moment you do, the world will bend to match it. This is the secret of life. This is the mystery revealed. All is within, all is now, all is you.